Okay, everybody, we're going to kick things off here for our live blueprint mastery training for probate. Let me get my devices all set. Hope everybody's having a great week. We're having a great week as usual. Hope you are crushing your goals, kicking butt, and taking names. We've had a lot of new people join, people that are just new to real estate, new to business, and I want to make sure that you get your business started off on the right foot. So today I'm going to go over some fundamental things that are absolutely critical for your business in the long term and the short term. So let's dig right into it. The number one thing that you have to really maintain through all of this, and this goes for anything new you may have started. Maybe you're getting into something you've never tried before, and real estate is it. And you've seen people online do it. Number one thing that you've got to have like a really strong belief that this can happen for you. The quote that I've got here on the screen says, there are two types of people in the world: those who believe that they can and those that believe that they can't. Both are right. So your success will be determined a lot of times just simply by believing that this can happen for you and believing that this is something that you can accomplish. Got to have belief in yourself. Are you capable of doing difficult things? Because this is not something where you just sign up for a home flip and you start getting leads and then all of a sudden you get, appointments and you've got houses. It's just wonderful. And everybody's just, having to buy wheelbarrows to carry around all the money that they're making. It is difficult. And probate is a very difficult niche to kind of crack into. There's not as many of the leads. It's a very small niche market. So you can't just like download a list of leads out, send it over to some, call center in the Philippines and just have them call a bunch of people. That doesn't work. That absolutely does not work. And I've seen people try to do that. They've hired callers and it just doesn't work. So because it is like more niche, the opportunity is a lot greater. The margins are bigger than anything else you're going to see in any other sources. And once you figure out your system and what works for you, it's going to be like turning on a money faucet for you. But it takes a little bit more, structure and a little more like figuring it out when you are first getting started to kind of get these leads going. So you want to think about incremental goals. In week one, we talked about your goal is just to have one conversation, right? Just one conversation that's super low. Week two, we want to dial that up and have a few more conversations. And then by week three, we really want to focus on getting our first appointment. And if you haven't got your first appointment yet, hit me up and let me know. We'll talk about some things we can do to help you there. But that's kind of the pacing. Is week one, having some conversation, just having at least one conversation. Week two, having a few more conversations. And then week three, you should be able to have your first appointment. And at that point, you should have at least 5, maybe 10 potential, qualified leads in your system. All right. So those are the incremental steps. I want you to focus just for now, if this is your first month that you're doing this, just to focus on those steps. So you have to believe that you can do this. If you don't believe that you can do it and you're making your calls, you're like, I don't really know if this is going to work. There's something weird that happens where the people on the phone can sense it, that you don't really believe what you're saying, right? Then you come across as like not trustworthy. So you end up not getting the appointment and it just like becomes like the self-fulfilling prophecy. So that's why I said, there's two types of people in the world: the people that believe that they can and the people that believe that they can't. Both are right. So you have to believe that you can. So think about this. Think about in your life, what are some obstacles that you have overcome in the past that you looked at, you're like, man, I can't believe I got through that. I can't believe I overcame that. And I came out on the other side standing. I guarantee you that getting started in probate investing is a very minor obstacle that you're going to have to overcome in life. You're not going to be like, oh my gosh, yeah, finally getting that started and making those calls. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done. No, it's not hard. It's not difficult, but you've got to be willing to put in the work, put in the time, and make the commitment. So this is easy compared to some other things you face in your life. So you want to stay completely focused on your goals. And the way that you're going to do that is this. I'm going to show you specifically, because I talk about it a lot, but I just want to make sure that everybody sees this. The Dream Building Worksheet, okay? So if you go to the school community and you go to the classroom tab and you go to real estate empires, been sitting here the whole time. Look at Valley of Dreams. Listen to this. I mean, if If you need any type of belief, I've got this one's 45 minutes, 37 minutes, 30 minutes. I mean, there's hours and hours of content on here. It's designed to be listened to over and over again. It doesn't have a lot of like moving parts or slides or anything, and there's not a lot of interaction. It's designed to, pull it up, when you get into your car, pull up the school app, load this up and hit play and just listen to it. And just listen to it again and let's do it again. You want to listen to Selenic Phases, you listen to Thieves of War, Valley of Dreams, like all of that stuff, especially the eudaimonic paradigm. So listen to all of those things. It's just going to get your head in the right place and it's going to increase your belief level, okay? So the Valley of Dreams is important because it allows you to have a specific structure to build out your dreams and build out your kind of future pace your life, if you will. There's a dream building worksheet in here, and hopefully you've done all this. This was part of your homework for week 1. And there's a lifestyle calculator. Now, I think the dream building worksheet is probably more important even than like the lifestyle calculator. That's all fun, but like the dream building worksheet is important because it allows you to kind of map out where you are. So like, what does your dream look like? Like what do you want the absolute most? And you can download this, you can type right into this form. How are you going to spend your time each day? How do you want to give back? So when you're filling this out, the reason why I'm talking about this today is that we're at the end of the second quarter. And this is something that you should revisit at the end of every quarter. Pull it back out. And then, so you want to download it as a PDF, save it on your computer, and then put the name of the date that you filled it out in the file name. So you want to save it as like, July 2026, Dream Building Worksheet. And then at the end of the quarter, you want to save a copy of it. So save as, and then you'll put, September of 2026 or October of 2026. And you want to revisit it and you want to adjust it and you want to write these things down because these are what your daily goals that you're writing down will fill into is all of these. And you've got, what do you want to give back? Decide what real estate strategy you'll choose. This is critical. So am I going to be flipping houses? Am I going to do subject to house hacking, novations? I talked to somebody today that's going to use probate to do novations in Illinois. How many houses will you need to complete to reach your desired lifestyle? How many properties is it going to take to get there? What's your game plan to achieve this? Look, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get something in here. You're going to look at, all right, this is actually looking like, how many deals am I going to do? It doesn't have to be something that, for sure you're going to hit, but you have to have some type of a guide and something that you're going off of where your specific goal is. You've heard me talk about it before. For our wholesaling business, our goal every single month is 4 houses with an average wholesale fee of $15,000. That's $60,000 in gross revenue. By the time I pay commissions out to Larry, we're clear between $40,000 to $50,000 a month in wholesale. That is our specific number. We have weekly goals that feed into that, monthly goals that feed into the quarterly goals, and we know exactly what we need to do. But we have a goal. And your goal can't just be like, oh, I'm going to try my hardest and, it's hopefully this works. And then if it doesn't, then, I'm just going to give up. You're not going anywhere. Like you're not headed to a specific direction. Like it would be like driving, stepping out of your house, getting into your car and being like, well, I'm just going to go on vacation and just driving. Like, yep, I hope I get there. But where are you headed? I don't know, somewhere warm, maybe a beach. I don't know. You have no clue how you're going to get there. You run out of gas on the way because you didn't plan for that. You didn't bring enough food. And you have no idea when you're there. You have no idea how far along you are even, how close you are even to your goals. And I think that's what a lot of people do. They just wing it. The way that this is going to work for you is having specific goals and have a specific plan of action to get to those goals. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can do this. So stay focused on those goals. Go through this, listen to this all the time, go through this worksheet, and this should be a guide for you. You need to print it out, It's fine. The second thing you've got to have is you got to have belief in the industry. All right. Real estate is a insane vehicle for wealth. There's some stat. I don't know if it's true. They always say that, 90% of all millionaires were created through real estate. I don't know if that's true. But I've certainly made my money through real estate and it's absolutely changed my life as some guy that, I didn't grow up with anything in particular. I went to school for music. It took me till I was 27 or 28 to get my life on track. And we've run into crazy obstacles along the way, but real estate has carried me through it. It's the only thing that I can think of that just a regular person like you and me can go out and achieve extraordinary results. So maybe you're not that good with money. Maybe like, you've got your job and you've got your income, and maybe you're not really that good at budgeting and all this. If you could just make more money, then it solves a lot of problems, right? Increased sales solves a multitude of problems. So if you are doing deals and making things happen, and if you're doing wholesaling particularly, and you're getting chunks of money, 10, 15, $25,000 at a time, that solves a lot of problems. It's not like, okay, I'm going to do this Airbnb and I'm going to get this. I'm going to, hopefully when I'm cash flowing, I'll get $200 a month out of this. Everything's got to like align just right. And I'll give you a stupid analogy for this. I think most of you know at this point I'm from Cincinnati. And if you don't know, I am a diehard Cincinnati Bengals fan. And it always felt like when you have a mediocre or terrible sports team, that like in order for them to win, it's like all the stars have to line up like just right. Like it's got to be exactly right. Like this has to happen and then this happened. And if like one little thing doesn't work, then the whole thing collapses. And that's how I felt about being a Bengals fan for years and years and years. You'd get just a little bit of a taste, but there'd be one thing that would happen.
Bringing in Chris Henry. Going for the deep ball, looking for Johnson. He's under it and taken off down the sideline, down to the 23 of Pittsburgh. And Palmer was walloped after the throw.
Carson Palmer, Timo von Ohoffen hits him at the left knee. Timo von, it looks like he's almost, in the knee. That is a tough shot.
They're warming up, getting Palmer injured on only the second snap.
Carson Palmer getting his knee knocked out right before we were getting ready to go to the playoffs. That was done. Like crushing defeat for us, for Cincinnati. And then in 2020, we draft Joe Burrow. And that's when I got this tattoo. And when you have Joe Burrow, you don't have to believe in all these things exactly working out the right way, because you have a powerhouse of a player. He's going to win. That's what you have here. Okay. This is like, I'm not saying that I'm Joe Burrow. I'm saying that the opportunity here is like having Joe Burrow. It's like having this huge vehicle for success that you're just not going to find anywhere else. For most of us that are just kind of starting where we are, and we've never really built any type of great wealth before, real estate is the vehicle that you can choose. It's going to really, really change your life, but you have to believe in that. You have to believe in that. So trust in the system, trust in the industry. You also think about this as far as the industry goes. Look around. Are there other people succeeding? Are there other people succeeding in the industry? Yes. Hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of people are making a lot of money in real estate, just in general. And the strategy doesn't matter whether it's probate or short sales or Airbnbs or rentals or whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you pick something and stick with it. The reason why a lot of people fail is that they just don't give themselves enough time. So I've got people that have tried other things. They tried X leads and they tried iBuyers, and then they tried this and they tried that. Now they're trying home flip, and then they try that for 90 days. Well, that didn't work. And then they try this. Now I'm going to do this. How about just picking something and just stick with it? If given a long enough time horizon, you will be successful. And here's another thing to really think about too, when you're just like, man, I don't know if I can get these deals. I don't know about this. Listen, we're putting some, there's going to be a lot more like AI features and stuff built into home flip that we're testing now. And one of the things that we're building in that we're releasing this week, it's called Market Insights. So you're going to have a little tab where it says Market Insights, and it's going to show you what's going on in your specific market. So how many investors are buying houses in your market? How many probate deals are selling to investors in your market? So what's the market look like? And what you'll find is that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of houses that sell in your market every single year. All you need is just a little bit. You're just like, just a little, I just need a little, just a few properties. If you had just 5 properties that you closed this year that you made $15,000 or $20,000 on, that's $100,000 right there. Just 5. That's one every other month and taking a month off for Christmas. So you don't need that much because you're in a big market. You're in a big industry where there's houses everywhere, and you just need a few of them. This isn't something where you've got to have high volume because you're only going to make a little bit per house. Before we really focused on probate, believe it or not, for years, our average volume per house, our average hit is what we call it, was $5,200. And so in order just to make like $25,000, we would have to do, when we would have months of $50,000 and I had my team of like 16 people, this was way back in the day, like 2010, 2011. And if we had a $50,000 a month, I mean, we were doing like backflips because that was like 10 closings. That was awesome because our margins were really small. But we were buying off the MLS. We were, working with other wholesalers. We were, JVing with deals, and our margins were small. So once we tapped into probate and we started sourcing our own deals, our margins tripled. So now to make $50,000, $60,000, we just need 4 houses, not 10. And it's a whole different animal. So you're in the right place. So you only need a couple houses to change your life. And for those of you that might be financially struggling, I mean, one deal, $15,000, $20,000. I mean, you saw the video last week. We had $45,000 come in. Yesterday, we had another 15. I've got $25,000 coming in on Friday. And then we got another $20,000 coming in next week. And then we got another $15,000 coming the week after that. So it just compounds. And it doesn't take that many deals. All right. So just really, really think about that. And then the final thing that you got to have belief in, you have to have belief in your team. And your team consists of everybody that's in the school community, everybody that's in home flip, me, my resources that I have for you. I am here for you. So you have direct access to someone who's already where you want to be. No, I don't have a high ticket coaching program. You can't hire me, for $3,000 a month or whatever to like coach you in your business. It's free. You buy the leads, you get all the resources, you get direct access to me. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to do that because things are really growing. I'm gonna eventually not be able to do that. But you are in the opportunity right now where it's early on in this, as we're growing this, you have direct access to me. I'm happy to go as deep as you need me to go deep into your business. So if you're struggling with your calls, if you're having, trouble, getting connected with people, or you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do, or you're just like, man, I just need a little like pep talk. Message me on school. There's that link in there. You can grab a coaching call from me. Guys, if you're in home flip, smash that coaching call button, like grab that whenever you want. Lean into the training and resources. Okay. There is gobs and gobs of training in here. I would encourage you to hitch your wagons to me. Let me be your guru for this because it could be, you can, go online. You're like talking to you look at this guy and his thing and this thing and this thing, and you end up getting shiny object syndrome. I've had a team of 25 people where we've done over 200 deals a year. I've had a small team, and I've got my team now how I like it, where we're at about 50 deals a year. It is unlikely that you'll figure this out on your own. I'm just going to tell you this. Unless you're like a very motivated self-starter, it is unlikely you're going to figure this out on your own. I'm a big self-starter. The way that I got my start, though, I started flipping houses, and I was buying houses from a company that sold houses to investors, and they had hard money lending, and they had the houses. It was perfect. It was called RealNet USA. They were what New Western became. When RealNet shut down, I started my company. Everybody they started New Western, Real Equity. There's a bunch of other all these spinoffs, these big wholesale companies that you've heard of. We all worked at RealNet. Okay. We all went to training. We all learned from this guy named John Parrott. I won't bore you with war stories. So I'm just telling you that the odds of you just figuring this out on your own through YouTube and everything else without getting help from somebody like me, you don't have to, join this thing that's thousands of dollars. Just buy leads, okay? A couple $100 a month. I will pour myself into you, I promise. And then the final thing is, this is just for the belief. We're just talking about belief. Is, again, commit to making this something that you're really going to do. Really commit to it. So block time off on your calendar. Make it a part of your schedule. And I talked about this on the call on Friday, that I know that a lot of you, this isn't your primary thing, but you want it to be your primary thing. If you have other income or you have like a plan B, it's really easy for this to just become like something that's just on the side and it never really happens. You're like, well, it's, it's fine and it's this. But then you're going to look back and say, okay, I'm still not where I want to be. But you've just got to decide that you're going to make this the thing. Like if this is truly going to be what you say you want it to be, which is generational wealth, financial independence, you have to make it a priority. Now, that doesn't mean you spend more time on it than anything else. It just means that you block your time off each week to do the things that you need to do for this business. And it doesn't take more than 5 or 10 hours. And then you do those things. That's blocked. Like I'm making my calls no matter what. You schedule it as if it is a job because it's that important. And if you just put it off, you're like, okay, well, I won't do this. I won't follow up. I'm not going to do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. Or no, I'm busy today. I got to pick up my kids. I'll do it. Look, I get it. Block the time off. Put the time in. Do this. And focus on what's the next thing you need to accomplish. All right. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Keep cranking it and have a good one. We'll see you Friday on the call, and we'll see you in the school community. Take care.